Hi, I'm looking kind of orange in this, and I hope I can fix that with some good old color correction, but if I can't, I apologize. It's nighttime, and I'm recording this with my big, bright floor lamp right in front of me, and it's blinding, but I hope the whole video turns out really well. Today's video is basically gonna be me talking about what happened after my pandemic rant video, whatever you want to call that, and it's kind of strange. It's almost like a part 2 to that, but sort of not. So let's get right into it. Basically, what happened was, I don't know if you can call this a story time. I guess we'll call it a story time just for the views, you know, we need to get those views. Basically, what happened was, I recorded the video that is basically me ranting about the pandemic. It is, I think, by the time you see this and I actually edit and upload it, it's probably going to be 2 videos ago. And I'll link it down below. But basically, in that video, I just talk about how, I yell and kind of just like sit on my bed over there and just like get really mad about the pandemic and how no one's following the fucking rules and everyone's gonna die and this whole thing. Basically, I got really mad, and I still kind of am mad. But what happened was, I just got done recording it, and I was editing on my iPad, because that's what I use to make these videos. So, yeah. I was recording and all that, got done editing, and then I was just sitting on my bed still. My mom gets a call from the school district. Now, you know, what could it be? It had to do with COVID. Basically, this is great. I mean, not great, but like, kind of ironic. I was just talking about COVID in a video, and then we get this call from the school saying, now this occurred on Monday night, so this was like a couple weeks ago, Monday night. I am, editing the video. My mom gets the call from the school. My mom then talks to me. She comes in my room and told me about what they said, and basically the school district said that there was a select group of kids, students, I call us kids, we're basically kids, we're high schoolers, we're kids, a select group of kids who got exposed to the virus, and basically they said that we won't have school on Tuesday, and they'll keep us updated with more info, and basically to check your email, and basically within the next day or two, we'll get like info about whether or not you were exposed. And basically their whole plan was to find the people who were exposed, get them out, like make sure they are quarantined, and then return all of us healthy people, or at least we think, healthy people, back to school, which sounds like a great idea, right? I don't think they did it right, though. And let me tell you why. Fast forward to today, literally just today. This is the whole reason I wanted to make this video, because I don't think they're doing contact tracing right. Now, I'm no doctor or anything. I'm just a 15-year-old who thinks he's better. I really don't. I seriously don't. Like, I know I'm not any shit. Like, I don't know anything. But, like, basically today, I walk into school. I have the same teacher for my Block 1 and Block 3 class. So I walk, since COVID, I'm walking into school, and I'm just like, oh, great. My Block 1 classroom was closed. The door was shut and it was dark, and there was a big note on the door. So basically, I read this note, and it says, please report to, and then room number, blah, 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 blah. So I'm like, okay, I don't know where room number, blah, 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 blah is. So then I spent 20 minutes looking for it. Finally found it because it was in some nook and cranny in the school that I've never been to before. Keep in mind, my school's pretty small. So me saying that, like, I've never been to that part of my school, it's kind of crazy. It's a small school. But there was, like, this one room I've never seen. So basically, I get to this room, walk in, my teacher is right there. We're gonna call her Mrs. E. So basically, Mrs. E is standing there, and she says, oh, hi, Steven, good morning. How was your day yesterday? I was like, oh, it's good, but, like, it's kind of weird, because, like, she was acting like nothing was different, and it was so strange, because, like, obviously there was something different. We were in a different classroom. Like, this is not normal. You know what I mean? Why am I talking like Russian? I do not know. Okay, sorry, I do that sometimes when I'm, like, in the zone to talk about something. So basically, oh god, I'm sorry, this is shaking. I bumped it. I bumped my desk, and this is sitting on my desk. So basically, after that, Mrs. E proceeds to tell me that her, and I quote, her room was exposed to the virus. First of all, this brought up a ton of questions. Like, number one, bitch, what the hell do you mean your room was exposed? I know you're the only teacher teaching in that classroom, so shouldn't you be, like, quarantined? Like, why am I standing so close to you? Like, bitch, no. Like, this makes no sense. And then she's basically, like, saying, oh, you know, my room was exposed. No, I'm fine. I wouldn't be here if I wasn't if I was exposed. And I'm just like, but how can your classroom be exposed when you were not? Like, this doesn't make sense. Like, there are no other teachers that teach in that room. It's only her room. And, like, what? And keep in mind, earlier in the video, I just said I have her for block 1 and block 3. 2 separate classes, but, you know, block 1 and block 3. So, like, was I, you know, infected? Was I, like, you know, in contact or exposed or whatever they call it? I don't know. And they didn't send me an email, but the thing is, they literally just email your parent when, like, you're exposed. That's great and all, but, like, you know, it's just an email. It's not, like, that noticeable. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but, like, it's just an email. You can easily miss an email. I wish they would have some other system where they notify, like, the parent and the kid, or, you know, they email the kid and the parent, you know, do something. Send a letter and email. I don't know. I mean, letters would take forever in the mail, but, like, I don't know. Send a message to your kid on Schoology, like our platform that we use for school. Or, you know, also email the parent. Do something so that both parties can get notified, because who the hell knows if my mom missed the email, and I'm not going to ask her about it, because then it's going to become a whole thing. But, like, I don't know. There's just so much my school's doing wrong. Tell me what you think in the comments. Like, how in the world could my teacher not be exposed? But I wasn't exposed. My teacher technically wasn't exposed, yet her classroom was exposed. That makes no sense to me. So, like, if, you know, their bullshit response saying that only the room was exposed is false, that means that I was also exposed because I was near that teacher today. And there's no way in hell she didn't give it to me, because that teacher today, I love her to death. She's a great teacher, but she got so close to me today. And literally, like, I was just like, I needed help with something on the computer. And, you know, her being the really great, nice teacher she is, she was like, oh, okay, Steven, let me help you with that. And she's one of those teachers that kind of hovers, I don't know what you want to call it. She, like, you know, if you need help on the computer, she's gonna, like, put her arm, like, right next to you and, like, use your computer to help you out. And, like, that's great and all, but, like, it's COVID season, bitch, get away from me. Like, and she was like 2 inches from my face, so that was fantastic. I probably have it now. I have all of her germs, so yeah, that's great. And I just don't think any of this makes sense. Like, make that make sense. Her room was exposed, but not her. Like, huh? And also, there are so many people missing from that class now, and they were all on Zoom. That's another thing. My school does a thing where they have home hybrid kids. They basically, the teachers have, like, a Zoom for every class, and, like, a Zoom meeting, and those home hybrid kids, they join a Zoom meeting for every single class, and they stay at home. And basically they call it home hybrid because you're still on Zoom meetings for school, but you aren't, like, doing just, like, work on your own, like a normal online class. So basically, the home hybrid kids, like, the amount of people doing home hybrid has risen so much. Like, there are so many people doing home hybrid, and there are so many, like, I talked about this in my other, like, pandemic complaint video, rant video, whatever you want to call it, but, like, there are so many people just disappearing from my classes, and I'm like, what the fuck, this is creepy. Like, it's like I'm living in, like, if you've ever read The Giver or watched the movie, it's like I'm living in that reality where, like, the government takes you and you have no idea, like, no, they don't take you, but, like, they, like, I don't know. They do things and you just like don't know what they're doing, but they're always watching. Like, I don't know. It feels like that. It feels very eerie. It's really weird. I hate it. Like, there are people just disappearing from school. Like, that's creepy. What? I don't get it. I don't get it. I mean, I get it. They're like quarantined probably, but my school has said that they only have 2 confirmed cases. How the fuck are there 2 confirmed cases? Only 2. When we have literally had so many people going home. You know, quarantined. Just saying. Just saying. I'm sorry, I've been getting closer and closer to this microphone and to the camera. But like, I don't know. I feel like I've been doing this a lot in 2020. But like, what else am I supposed to do? I feel like everything in this year has just been so ridiculous. I want it to be over. And I'm sorry, you can probably hear my mom yelling at someone on the phone. Yeah, she's a freaking Karen. So, that's great. But anyways, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel. That button's somewhere down below. And also, please check out my other social medias and my podcast. I make a new episode every week or 2 or sometimes 3 weeks. It depends how busy I am. But I love doing my podcast and it's all about tech and that kind of thing. And I do a random fact now in the beginning of each episode, so that's great. There's 3 great episodes for you to listen to. I'd really appreciate it if you'd listen to it. And also give it a good rating because that helps me out a lot. It just gives it more exposure, which means it can grow and I can have more listeners. It's going to be great. So yeah, check out the podcast. Check out my other social media platforms. The links will be in the description. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.